the silent auction, and that was for Don, Don,
Danye Jones.
Danya Jones. And why that particular person? What is that? What does he mean to you?
So for those of you guys that don't know, and thank you to our hostess with the mostest for mentioning it earlier, Allison. So Danye Jones was the son of an activist, and in 2018, he was found hanging in his backyard. He was 24 years old, and there was little to no investigation. They ruled it a suicide. And this is a 24-year-old who had literally just purchased a home, who was very close to his mother again, who was very, very active, protests and things like that in terms of Black Lives Matter. And at that time, activists were being targeted in 2018, really heavy, especially Black Lives Matter activists who were very vocal about policing and police brutality. And so Miss McKinney's, his mother, had fought it. She very much said that she did not think it was a suicide, and I'm along the same grain, especially because there were so many activists that had been targeted, other activists that had been killed back in 2018. And Danye Jones was found with his pants around his ankles, right? Like, there were just so many things where they should have pushed a heavier investigation, and because of everything that was happening, they ruled it a suicide extremely quickly and left it alone. And so it was important for me this go around to bring that story back up, because in 2019, I believe it was, at my last exhibit, it actually may have been even 18, I reached out to his mother, and I have the strange fruit painting I had done after I had found out about his murder. And I reached out to his mother and I asked if it would be okay if I collected donations on Danye's behalf to be able to send to the family. And I was so sad because I didn't do it properly. And so at my exhibit then, I didn't announce it and talk about it. I just had a really small sign up and I barely collected anything. And so it was important for me to bring it back up this go round, because lynchings unfortunately are still a thing, and police brutality is still a really big thing. And so when I did that painting, and you guys will see, I have a few paintings that have the names of folks who have been brutalized by law enforcement, whose lives have been taken. I did the same thing for this painting, except it felt a little bit more uplifting this go round to do it. The reason that is the signature piece for this exhibit is kind of because of the dichotomy between both sides, right? The way that Black and brown communities have been treated in this country for so long, but also seeing such incredible blessings and strives and things like that we've made. Like, when I decided to do For the Culture, it was so inspiring to me just to hear people's stories, who's adding value, at what level, in what places. And so it was important for me to include the names in the painting, but also to want to invoke the strength of Black culture, right? So having the black, the red, and the green, wanting to make sure I kind of played on both sides, like the roots, but also the roots, but also the branches, right? We kind of stretch on both sides. And again, you thought that we were seeds. I mean, you tried to bury us, but you didn't know that we were seeds. To know that we have such an incredible strength to be able to come back and come back and come back. And hence the reason in the poem, if y'all heard it, it was a long poem, so y'all just gonna have to go back to it. But in the poem, saying you can't defeat divinity, this idea of trying to take people out, you don't have that authority. You don't get to do that. You weren't the one that brought us here, so you can't take us out. And so wanting to kind of invoke that in the painting as well. And so half of the winning bid, the auction will be open through January. So please share it with anyone else that you think would be interested. But half of the winning bid, I am going to finally donate a proper donation, I feel, to his family.
So amazing. So amazing.